What's the point of a sweeping love story if, once it ends, it's as if it never existed? Bridgerton has given us unforgettable romances, intense chemistry, grand gestures, and fairy tale endings. But a growing number of fans are starting to notice a pattern that's hard to ignore. Once a couple's season ends, they vanish almost completely from the story. As the arrival of Season 4 draws closer, excitement is building, especially since it's finally Benedict Bridgerton's turn to take center stage. His love story has been long overdue, and audiences are eager to see how it plays out. But while we wait for a new romance to blossom, there's an ongoing issue the series really needs to fix. And it's bigger than just who falls in love next. It's about what happens to the couples we've already invested in. After following these intense, emotionally satisfying arcs, it's jarring to watch those characters fade into the background as soon as their spotlight fades. Think back to Season 1, where Simon and Daphne's love story was the emotional core. By the time Season 2 rolled around, Simon was entirely absent, and Daphne only appeared briefly before disappearing again in Season 3. Then came Anthony and Kate, whose story in Season 2 was arguably one of the most compelling. Yet in Season 3 they barely appeared, and now it seems they won't play a big role in the upcoming season either. That's frustrating, especially because they're still very much a part of the Bridgerton family. It's understandable that Regé-Jean Page, who played Simon, chose to leave after Season 1. That kind of exit makes sense. But for characters like Daphne, Anthony, and Kate, who remain central to the show's fictional world, their near-total absence feels off. These are siblings in a supposedly close-knit family, and yet they're missing from major events with little to no explanation. Daphne didn't attend Colin's or Francesca's weddings. Anthony and Kate were also absent from Francesca's. For a family that's portrayed as deeply bonded, these gaps are difficult to ignore, especially when the show rarely even attempts to explain them. There might be hope, though. Colin and Penelope could finally break the cycle. Penelope, being Lady Whistledown, is vital to the show's narrative structure, and Luke Newton, who plays Colin, hasn't yet outgrown the series. So, there's a real chance that this couple might actually continue to play a meaningful role beyond their designated season. That would be a game changer. Imagine seeing a Bridgerton couple navigating real life after the fairy tale ending. Marriage, parenthood, relationship struggles, or simply supporting each other as life unfolds. It would add much-needed depth and keep audiences emotionally connected. Right now, it's hard to stay fully invested when there's a pattern of characters disappearing after their story concludes. And with younger Bridgertons like Hyacinth and Gregory waiting for their turn, it's essential that the show still feels like one continuous, interconnected family journey, not just a revolving door of isolated love stories. Season 3 did offer something refreshing with Francesca's storyline. She finally got her own narrative, complete with a soft, emotionally resonant romance with John Sterling. But the real surprise came when she met his cousin, Michaela, a moment that sparked immediate chemistry and pointed to a bold new direction for her story, likely to unfold in Season 6. But even this promising arc brought another problem into focus. Daphne's absence became even more noticeable. Francesca had been recast, with Hannah Dodd stepping in for Ruby Stokes. And yet, despite Dodd's resemblance to Phoebe Dynevor, who played Daphne, the two characters haven't shared a single scene. You'd think the show would have taken that opportunity. Maybe just one moment of sisterly bonding, perhaps Daphne at Francesca's wedding, but it didn't happen. Sadly, Dynevor isn't expected to return for Season 4 either, which means that moment probably won't come anytime soon. Sure, actors move on, and Dynevor may be ready to say goodbye to Bridgerton. That's completely fair. But it's still strange that the woman who helped launch the entire series has now been nearly erased from the story, and the fix wouldn't have to be dramatic. A quick scene at a family event, a supportive glance, a heartfelt word, anything to preserve that feeling of continuity and shared history. Without it, Bridgerton starts to feel less like an ongoing family saga and more like a loosely connected series of romantic vignettes. The silver lining is that Francesca seems poised for a larger role going forward. Her romance is only beginning, and the introduction of Michaela adds a fresh layer of complexity. Hannah Dodd's performance has been winning people over too. When she was first cast, fans had mixed feelings, especially since she hadn't interacted with Daphne. But many are now excited to see where her storyline goes. For the record, the reason for Francesca's recasting was pretty straightforward. Ruby Stokes had a scheduling conflict due to her lead role in Lockwood Co., That series has since been canceled after one season, clearing the way for Dodd to take over. Meanwhile, Stokes has continued her career in other projects like The Burning Girls and The Jetty. Ultimately, what Bridgerton really needs is a new approach to how it handles past couples. When major characters like Simon, Daphne, Anthony, and Kate are barely acknowledged, it makes the world feel smaller and less lived in. With such a rich cast and a beloved fictional family at its core, there's no reason not to keep these characters present in small, meaningful ways. No one is asking for them to reclaim the spotlight, just a scene or two to maintain emotional continuity. That alone could go a long way in keeping the audience emotionally anchored. Season 4 might be the turning point. If Colin and Penelope remain active participants in the story, it could set a powerful new precedent. And with so many strong elements already in place, this shift might be exactly what Bridgerton needs. Because while love may be the heart of each season, it's the feeling of family that gives this series its soul.